The RPG elements in Two Human are very similar to hunting and gathering games like Diablo or World of Warcraft, where you can customize your character's armor, cybernetics, and weapons. We also have skill trees where you can sort of pick what type of character you want to play. And it was designed from the ground up to not only work on hunting and gathering, but also allow players to put their unique spin on their own character.
One of the really unique and important things about Two Human is that it's a combination of action and role-playing. And in order to do that properly, we really had to make sure that the action complemented the role-playing and the role-playing complemented the action. As you go throughout the game, you're going to find hundreds and hundreds of thousands of different weapon combinations and items. But what's really important is the way you find the items. You'll find items through exploring. You'll be able to find obelisks, which are basically treasure chests, and you'll have to look around the levels and explore, and your buddy in the corner might find one and call you over and you guys can loot the obelisk. You'll have to kill enemies, you'll have to defeat the bosses, and you'll have to loot them.
In many games like World of Warcraft or Diablo, it's all statistically based, where you will initiate an attack, a random number is rolled, and you either hit or miss, and a certain percentage damage is done through all these calculations. Two Human is very kinetic.
So all of the action is up front, it's all exposed for an action player, and all of their twitch movements and those type of things reflect directly on them.
The damage calculations and the way we do collisions is all based off the action genre. So if you shoot a gun off in a random direction, even though you have someone targeted, if you miss, you miss.
When you augment that with all of the things that the RPG brings, and you start bringing in things that are not only statistical based, where you're hitting guys and you're doing critical attacks, and suddenly you're getting bonus damages from those type of things, but you're also bringing in things that actually play with the gameplay. Things like increasing the juggle height when you serve a guy up in the air. You start powering up that stat, and suddenly you're sending guys into the stratosphere.
Then you've got all the statistical bonuses and all the different looks of all the different weapons with all the different special attacks. So it really is widely varied, and you combine that with all the classes and all the skill trees. It's quite an array of combinations and permutations that we think will keep gamers happy for a long time.
One of the things that's very key actually to Two Human is all of the themes resonate throughout in all of the different areas of the game, and having the gods is a lot more than just a story-driven point or some kind of a thematic setting. It's actually ingrained in all of the gameplay.
We did a lot of research into Norse mythology. We love Norse mythology. It's fatalistic. All the gods know that they're going to die in the upcoming Ragnarok, but they meet it with a grim determination. And it's not like in today's society that we can really avoid how technology is affecting us. When we were looking for inspiration for Two Human, we happened to stumble upon this video, this documentary by Howard Beirak, and we contacted him and the Norwegian Film Committee to see if we could actually look at this and use part of it for the diaries, which we'd like to show everyone here today. And we think that'll give people a real idea of sort of where we're coming from with Two Human and what it's all about. Because some of the stuff we're talking about in Two Human, it's not that far from reality. And the whole ideas of cyclic history and black glass and the way civilization goes through cycles, some people believe that this is actually a reality. And we think everyone might find this interesting.
Here's, for instance, a passage from the Prose Edda that introduces Balder and sings his praises. Excuse my old Norse, it's not so very strong. Annar sonur Hóðins Balder, og fra honum gat at segja. Han sva fagur a litum og bajatar sva at lýsar af honum. Han vitrasur asa og fegursta, tathor og lík nasamastar.
my first thought when we saw it, I thought it might be a part of an airplane or a vehicle, obviously not a vehicle that you would find on a glacier. It was clearly mechanical. It looked humanoid, and based on where we found it, it was probably thousands of years old, if not hundreds of thousands of years old. It's possible. My name is Mark Hoyt. I work for Geomorphologists Without Borders, and we measure the rates of glacial recession in northern regions of the world.
Ich bin Nils Meyer, ich bin Teil einer internationalen Organisation, GUAB, die den Rückgang und die Schmelzrate der skandinavischen Gletscher untersucht. Wir waren in der letzten Zeit des Öfteren dort oben im Norden und haben einige Messungen vorgenommen. Diesmal haben wir aber was Bemerkenswertes gefunden, was wir mit Sicherheit so nicht erwartet haben.
My name is Lawrence Dixon. I'm the author of Obscured Actualities, Myths and Prehistory. Now, I hold, excluding the notion that a myth is a lie, I hold that there's validity indeed in all of these complementary understandings of the nature of myth. But my own addition to this subject is the possibility, I'm being very cautious here, the possibility that these stories we call myths are much closer to history than we assume.
Initially it was Niels and I in the region. You don't need too many people to do this kind of work. We're just taking very general measurements of very large objects. But once we discovered this thing, it was a complete circus.
Ich habe beim ersten Anblick an ein Autoteil gedacht. Es hätte auch ein Gegenstand einer früheren Expedition sein können, aber wiederum so fest im Eis eingeschlossen ist auch das eigentlich unmöglich. Von daher hatte ich zu diesem Zeitpunkt...
Objects generally enter glaciers through crevasses, or they get buried in the snowfield higher up on a glacier. And because of the time that the process takes to spit this thing out at the other end, this thing would be incredibly old. So when you ask, how did it get there? I have no clue. This thing is clearly mechanical, man-made, and yet it's in a place it just shouldn't be. It's impossible. They made the decision to take it out in a chunk of ice and bring it to a local, actually it was a hockey rink, for preservation. We were pretty much removed from the process immediately. Our statements were taken, and we don't really know what's happened since, which is probably interested you guys. But this is the first time I've talked to the media about this. So yeah, it was strange.
When the discovery in Norway was revealed to have aspects of what we can only call high technology, in the context of that our own technology reveals to be thousands, if not tens of thousands of years old, it's a mystery, obviously. So I was delighted to be called in to have a look. And as I said when I began to speak here, any caution I have has nothing to do with any doubts about the importance of this, but simply I don't want to have my own desire that this be true overwhelm my own scholarly equipment. I want this to be true, I sure do. But let's be skeptical. Let's wait for some evidence. So there it was in this ice rink somewhere in Norway, in a block of ice. Here is this goblin.